Um. Oh wow, Karumbu. That sucks, man. Sorry to hear. Sorry to hear. That's kind of spoilery, but and I appreciate that
Running by
fairly. But yeah, dude, that sucks. I'll have to see what happens when we get to that part.
The Omnissiah knows all, comprehends all.
I can't do anything here.
Cogitation fails. My vow is to serve. High momentum.
Me, as duty demands.
Now he's taking damage.
Isha, heal my wounds.
If I may, another foe painted
Cool.
there.
The path we lost. Wait, monkey, extend a helping hand. I will show you the way home. Said somebody. Let's save it. The journal entries are written in an angular but surprisingly tidy hand, as if the writer deliberated meticulously over every word. The notes are supplemented by diagrams and formula. The Farseer's mind is aggressively resisting external interference. The mind maggots perish instantly upon being introduced into the system, which has never been observed before. Interesting. As punishment, the subject was placed in vibra shackles that chip away at limb bones. Fun. Mind maggot enhanced with a power implant. Subject placed in a red-hot metal capsule during the introduction of the parasite. Despite the pain in the parasite and its system, the subject succeeded in addressing the veil. Parasite destruction detected 2 minutes into its presence in the subject's body. Mind maggot enhanced with poison that suppresses the host's psychic functions and placed successfully inside its victim. The parasite's vital functions persist, yet with no sign of compliance on the part of the host. Unacceptable. Subject punished by partial skin removal and suspension by the detached areas of skin. Experiment finished, results negative. For as long as the subject remains capable of combating the mind maggot's presence, pain is the only available method of suppression.
None are better at searching.
I always keep my options open.
Watch your steps. A trivial task.
Webway resonance device. There we go. The wearer gains 5% parry reduction and dodge reduction to their melee area of attacks for each targeted creature of those attacks. That's pretty good. Wraithbone woven battle suit. Oh wow. It's got a built-in heal if the person is has a dot on them. Interesting. Some cool stuff there. Okay. So we are very slowly and methodically crawling through this place. I want to make sure we get every piece of loot. Looks like we got some up here, maybe? Down here. Uh-oh. Kay Morag, what a strange feeling. Irliet clutches her head and her eyes dart around the torture chamber. Kayla Mensha, Kane, take my heart. Placed on a grimstone pedestal in front of you is an intricate game board, broadly similar to one regicide players use. Miniature figurines of Drukhari and Asuryani, skillfully fashioned out of onyx and wraithbone, are frozen in elegant poses opposite each other. Several of them are toppled, and for a moment you think you see fresh blood running from under the game pieces down the small grooves carved into the wood. Irliet, are you alright? She stares at the game board, stunned. It seems she's never heard your question. Quiet. Please stop. Stop torturing my mind. I will not let you become another spirit of the wind, not for the light of a million stars. Just let me explain myself. Observe silently. I left Krudarok because that was my path. Is that not what you've been teaching us from birth until the final moments of our lives? I can hear it very well, the mournful lament of our brothers and sisters tortured to death in this room. I would prefer not to hear it, but I cannot. As clearly as I hear the melody of your soul's torment, but don't you dare. There's no need to blame me for what happened to you. One of the Farseers is trapped in the game board, correct? How did you know? A monkey is incapable of hearing the call of the immortal soul of a child of Asuryan. Could it have been a simple guess? But you're absolutely right, Elentok. In their torture, the Dark Ones go far beyond the limits of the possible. For imprisoned within these game pieces, within the board designed for games that intrigue the mind, is the soul of a Farseer. Why would the Drukhari imprison a Farseer's soul in a board game? Why does the wind blow and the rain fall? Why does starlight illuminate our path and darkness dismay us? It is their nature. That is the way of the world. The Dark Ones feed on despair and suffering, while the Farseers are powerful beings of unbending will whose souls, however, are brittle. Every move on this game board causes the Farseer nothing but pain. She feels everything, sees everything, and is aware of everything. She dies with each taken piece and is resurrected at the end of a game. But I fear there's much more to it than a desire to inflict suffering. Homunculus experiment on the Krudark Farseers in an attempt to subjugate their powers. Normally the Dark Ones shun all and any manifestations of such abilities, lest they're attracted to the attention of she who thirsts. This is worrying news to me. Looks like the Farseer put you through mental torment. What did she say? That I'm a traitor and my path is paved with the bodies of my kin. That I'm an outcast who carries the blame for the destruction of my home, since I heard the call of our dying ancestors but did not return in time. And that it should have been me in her place. Pain and suffering have damaged the Farseer's mind. You could not have saved Krudarok alone. But I could have protected my home and met my end alongside the others. Still, for as long as at least one child of Krudarok is alive, its memory will not vanish, and I am yet to reach the end of my path. The seed planted long ago is yet to grow and bring forth the flower of truth. You can take the Farseer to the ship and save at least what is left of her. It is hard to say how much more suffering her soul has yet to endure before we leave this city. She may even be devoured by Salen Thresh on the way, as forms like these makes our souls very brittle and defenseless, but if you think there's a chance she can be saved, I will not stand in the way. Oh, I was just thinking it would be cool to have a board game in my apartment. I didn't have one. But yeah, we could try to, like, save the soul in it and everything. That's cool. Sure. Okay.
Did you hope to see an Azuriani fail?
My knowledge has its
Failure
limits.
is just a temporary setback.
Beg your pardon.
This task should have been accomplished easily.
My success was inevitable.
Increase the rate of fire of the wearer's weapon by 1 each time the enemy is killed. An enemy is killed. Perplex is inflicted on all other enemies in a 2-cell radius. Whenever the wearer attacks an enemy behind cover with a range attack, cover efficiency is decreased by 40% for that attack, minus 15 recoil. Oh.
When the faithful
That's
are
not
idle,
bad?
heresy grows.
That's not bad. Yeah. Put those on her. Cool. Did I get the update? I did. Yep. A lot of good fixes this patch. Haven't yet run into any breaks yet,
Always
so that's
keep
good.
your eye on the prize.
And they fixed my main complaint with my big, we need to confirm it. But folks are
Keep a
saying,
sharp eye.
they fixed the big complaint I had with,
None are better at searching.
with Ulfar, which means we might actually use him. We'll see.
Oh,
Rise
too
to the
hard
top,
for a simple
or get left in
monkey.
the dust.
Okay. I don't know what this mechanism is. Let's save and take a look at this real quick.
I have learned much in my exile.
A strange capsule emits a barely perceptible buzz. Its thick walls barely contain the sounds coming from within, the sounds of a living and tormented creature. Fun.
Keep your wits about you.
Whoa. Eklendil. Despite his many bleeding wounds, a stately Eldari calmly straightens his shoulders and raises his narrow chin as he scrutinizes you with his keen gaze. Mysterious blue light glimmers in his emerald green eyes. A monkey and an outcast have found their way into the heart of the Dark City to save what little remains. The universe is full of cruel surprises, but this is an outcome I managed to foresee. You have foreseen our meeting, but cannot avoid being captured? What is the point of your prophecies, then? I am glad that our paths have crossed again, my child. It is a great relief for me to know you are alive, and a great joy to see how much firmer of spirit and mind you have grown over your years of exile. I think we have a lot to talk about. Make an Eldari greeting gesture with your hands. You've got yourself your most amusing monkey to keep you company, Erliet. He understands our language and even knows a thing or two about customary greetings. Not that any of it makes him a worthy companion for you to have on your path. It is the Elentok who keeps me at his side. Were it not for him, my soul would have long left this body, or else I would have been devoured by a minion of She Who Thirsts, and I would never have learned the truth of what happened to Krudarok. Perhaps we should start by introducing ourselves. Of course, Elentok. One forgets one's good manners all too easily in the Dark City. Standing before you is Eklendil Maresh, who walks the path of the Farseer. He is the all-seeing eye and timeless sentinel of Krudarok. He was, that is. Either way, a monkey's name is not the kind of thing that would be particularly interested in case you were expecting me to introduce you in turn. He will forget your name as serenely as one forgets a troubled dream in the morning. Elentok. Now that is a word I have not heard in years. There were other Farseers besides you in the spire. Between the homunculus's torture, I was able to glance inside my kin's desperate minds. I saw every soul that was extinguished in this spire. I sang a lament for every brother and sister sacrificed by the Dark Ones. I carry their memory in my heart, and if I get out of here alive, their names will not be forgotten. Your senses fail you, Eklendil. Many died, but not all. Elliot turns around sharply and points to the game board containing the Farseer's soul. I was unable to save her, but you could have tried. Whoa. Eldari recoils as he looks at the bloody game board. What is this? Explain yourself, monkey. What in all God's names have you decided to torture one of my sisters? Are you aware that a Farseer's soul is imprisoned in this object and that your every touch causes unspeakable pain to her immortal soul? It's my trophy! Don't you even think of taking it from me. Can you really help her? I'll release her soul from its suffering, but alas, giving her body back is beyond my ability. I did what I could to save the Farseer's soul, but I can only do so much. You have set me free and I am grateful for the rescue, but what you're doing is wrong. I can free my sister's tortured soul if you let me. I'm asking you for one more favor. Do it. Really, I must confess, I have set little store by your species in the past. Perhaps in some regards, I was wrong to do so. Xenos nods in gratitude, finds a spirit stone on one of the homunculus's desks, and chants a few unfamiliar words which your elucidator does not catch. Dark blood pours out of the game board in the Eldari's hands, but as soon as he finishes his chant, a warm glow suffuses the stone he is holding. It is done. You said you would help us find our way home. What did you mean? Countless hours I spent in the homunculus's cage were not all spent in the throes of agony. I listened, I observed, I absorbed, and I soon learned that an age-old gate built by our ancestors is hidden in the heart of the spire, a webway gate connected to the world outside. I can unseal it and forge our path to salvation. I can help you make your way out of the Dark City and leave this place behind, but you must take me to the gate. My mind is still firm and my spirit is unbreakable. My body, on the other hand, will not soon forget pain's embrace. What is the point of your questions, Elentok? I can guide you to the gate myself, but not before Eklendil Maresh, who walks the path of the Farseer, the all-seeing eye and timeless sentinel of Krudarok, pours the light of truth into the bottomless well of my fear and doubt. She straight said all of his titles again. I feared this moment would never come. Elliot takes a deep breath and looks into the Farseer's eyes. Look at me, Eklendil, and tell me what adversity befell our home. As a council member, you cannot possibly be unaware of the truth. And Eklendil, do not even consider hiding anything from me. Oh, here we go. Sometimes ignorance truly is bliss, my child, but I cannot deny you your right to know the truth. When we found ourselves amid the stars of this stellar fabric, we encountered a Monkey ship, a ship much too puny to take on an Asuryani world, or so we thought, until the council was struck with a vision of the horror to come. This ship would be our doom, not only for us on Crudorak, but for all Eldari kind among the nearby stars, and even for those whose paths stretch far beyond the stars.
Nani?
We could not allow such a thing to happen. When the ship approached, we pierced it with 100 salvos and then rejoiced, for among the wreckage the rangers found no trace of the foreseen curse. Asurion, how wrong we were. The ships that returned from their reconnaissance to our starports were already carrying it on their wings. Whether it was a scratch from a passing wreck or the infected ashes of the Monkey ship that the cosmic winds had not had time to disperse, the plague crept into our home and immediately began to eat away at the craft world's very flesh. In the Infinity Circuit, the souls of the ancestors battled the spreading pestilence ferociously, but the world was falling apart and there was no stopping it. Spires collapsed, rivers dried up, the ground itself sank, and all living things turned into a strange blend of organic matter and metal. We fought for our home until the very end, but when it became clear that Crudorak was beyond saving, the council decided to gather all who remained, board them on the surviving shuttles, and scatter across the galaxy to look for salvation, and that was what we did. Who steered the infected vessel towards Crudorak?
I am afraid you already know the answer, Elentark. You just cannot accept it. Your predecessor, she who previously owned this vessel and your entire protectorate, the monkey who kept a piece of my homeworld in her study, like a trifle or trophy of no great significance.
You think that Theodora destroyed the craft world? Weird, that one line out of this entire thing was voice acted. That one single line. Oh my lord. Okay. Wait, Eklendil, shedding innocent blood will not bring our home back. The Elentark is guilty only of helping me to reach this place and free you. The blood of the executioner of our people flows through the veins of the ones you long to save. What has Monkey done to deserve your mercy? You said a disease broke out aboard the ship? You want to know how your kinspeople destroyed my world so you can follow their example? Answer the question, Eklendil, not for the monkey's amusement, but for the sake of those whose souls dissolved into infinity. At first, we thought the Monkey were in the service of the greatest enemy of our kind, the one who lurks beyond the edge of reality. But the world's affliction manifested itself differently. It distorted Crudorak while avoiding encounters with the souls of our ancestors. We were waiting for Silent Thresh, the destroyer of souls, to burst her way in through the gaping wounds of the world, but her gaze was directed away from our suffering. No one ever managed to identify the nature of the curse, even as we watched it destroy our home. And so, having lost all hope of saving it, we fled. If your kin fled Crudorak, how'd you end up here? Our twisted cousins found our arcs in the Void's cold embrace. At first, it seemed they were going to save us, to extend a helping hand, and so we told them what had happened to Crudorak and where to look for it. But our cousins' souls are dark and thirst for blood. My arc was one of the first they seized. They massacred hundreds of thousands of their own kind for fleeting pleasure's sake and enslaved the Farseers their accursed experiments, and that monkey was how I ended up hanging in this cage. Is Crudorak completely destroyed? The Arbenian took care of what remained, but that is none of your concern. The Arbenian? LFC Cop King, thank you, buddy. Appreciate it, man. Good to see you. Eklendil, how did Crudorak end up in the Expanse, this close to Monkey's ships and the Dark One's hunting grounds? That was a path chosen by the Council, my child. We had charted Crudorak's course among the stars for years, and no one had an inkling of the terrible fate that would await us in the place that promised us salvation. No one knew. The Farseer looks away for a mere second, but an itching sensation immediately burrows its way into the base of your skull. Something is wrong here. Dude, this just, like, keeps getting, like, weirder and deeper. And I love it. One sec. Oh. The paths I have walked have taught me a great deal, to see the truth where it is concealed, and not to hesitate to cut out the head of a lying snake that tries to coil around my heart. If the entire Farseer Council failed to foresee the world's doom, then everything the children of Oceania have been taught about past for centuries is a lie. You are hiding something, Eklendil. Speak, and speak now. How dare you take that tone with me, outcast? I'm not obliged to justify myself before you, let alone protect my innocence. We freed you from the homunculus' torture chamber, Eklendil, and this is the thanks we get? You've already told us almost everything. Why hold anything back? We had been steering Crudarach along a course prophesied by the stars themselves until Shael's tumultuous currents cast us to the edge of the Great Wound. A storm was coming, threatening to sweep Crudarach away from its path. So the council decided on a route to safety across the nearest islet of hope and into the place known among the Monkey as the Coronis Expanse. We stood by our decision, but there came a point where the prophecies became ever darker and more unsettling. Someone proposed altering the course, but the closing grip of raging Shael was blocking our path on all sides. It was then that the council's opinion was split. My vote was a deciding one in that difficult debate, for I believed that the prophecy that had promised us salvation in the Expanse could not have been a lie. You already know what happened next. So he was wrong. So we were doomed. I should have stayed on Crudarach. I could have tried to help those who survived the disaster. If only I had not chosen that accursed path and left the craft world. I should have at least tried to save someone. You're not to blame for the demise of your world. Subverting fate is beyond your power. Iliad's mouth twists in displeasure. The Farseers, it was not beyond their power. They led Crudarach to prosperity for years, only to become too blind to what was going on around them. Had they not followed the prophecies the old customs required, and had they changed course instead, Crudarach might still be whole. There's no bringing back the past, but you can try to change your people's future. Iliad stays silent for a long time, peering into the face of the Farseer standing across from her. Calm and collected, he looks prepared to meet his fate. Finally, Iliad replies, "We're both guilty and both deserve a fate much more terrible than death. However, it is too early for us to leave this world before we have atoned for our guilt. Come with me, Eklendil. We have a lot to do before the Great Oblivion. We will find our brothers and sisters and protect them from those who seek to harm them. Perhaps we may even find a new home." Damn. Oh god, I thought it was running off. Okay. Well, jeez, dude.
Is there money to be made?
I think we're good here. My lord. Whew.
A trivial task.
Okay. Is there loot on the map? There is.
Not dawdle.
It's on the other side, though, which is where we're heading now. So why was my phone exploding?
I always have a backup plan.
Everything's beeping. Everyone got together and said, "Let's all blow up Ko's phone at 2:15 in the PM on December 28th." Mm-hmm. Oh. So my wife just sent me a message, or a picture. And I'm looking at this picture. It's just a picture like down the hall of our house. I was like, why would she send me this picture? This is so weird. And then I look in the bottom right and there's like 5 chickens in our house. Okay. Oh my lord. Yeah. Chickens. Frickin' chickens, chat. Frickin' chickens.
Always keep your eye on the prize.
Chickens are the best. Chickens are great. We really like our chickens. They're a lot of fun.
Rise to the top or get left in the dust.
Or get left in the dust.
Cast your eye there.
Oh.
My success was inevitable.
No, but my reload was if you had failed.
I sense something nearby.
Ooh. What's this? Ooh. Sharpshooter rifle, 24 to 36, 40% additional hit chance. Oh, requires... Oh, must not have feature Eldari. Desolation blast pistol. Damn. Okay, hold up. Is this a better weapon for...
Let's not waste time with pleasantries.
Predicted.
Oh, I need to get a good plasma weapon. Wait, was that Eldari? Maybe that was Eldari. Where is it? Oh, there it is. Nice, dude. Wow. Oh, look at that Chungus. You love to see it. Okay. Oh, yeah. Are you one rounding every encounter yet? Not one rounding, no. I mean, there's been a few rounds we have one rounded, but not every encounter, no.
Keep your wits about you.
Could you check Co for Seize the Initiative? It's a talent that grants you a free turn, only officer ability. Maybe it got renamed. It's what we wanted on Cassia. Oh, I know we've gotten Seize the Initiative on Co. Yeah, right here. Yep. Seize the Initiative. But that was definitely not on Cassia's choices. I think we can go back and look, right? Yeah, here were our options. There is no Seize the Initiative. Yep. So I don't know. He just doesn't have it. Strange. Must be a bug. It's a T1 talent and should be available. I don't know. I don't know. No sé, amigo.
Was a shameful failure.
At you. Excuse me. Pardon me.
I have failed my kin.
Excuse me. At you. Where's my sneeze emote? Yeah, we need to talk to Julie about a sneeze emote. 100%. Maybe we can do like an animated sneeze emote.
Too hard for a simple
Corpse was
monkey?
dismembered and then reassembled, apparently while still alive. Numerous stitches and burns indicate the surgeon was not concerned with any type of trauma. And if it's the theme of the area. Yeah.
Let us not dawdle. What do we have here?
Go back to the archetype screen and use the filters at the top. I've seen reports of talents not showing up unless you switch to their proper filter. Really? No? That's the exemplar spot? Oh, it is. Thank you. It should be under archetype talents, right? This is where it should be. Yeah, I just don't think it's there, man. I don't know why. I don't think it's there. Check the officer section. There's offense, defense, support, universal, archetype, origin, and warp. There's no officer section. Change it to officer in the middle tier. I mean here? What would it have had to be? I should be able to find it in available talents, right? Yeah, I should definitely be able to find it in, yeah, it should be here. It should absolutely be here. No, man. That's tier 2, not 1. Oh, you mean all the way back here? Right there. So she can only get it at the beginning? There's talents that if you miss them at the beginning, then you can't get them? That shouldn't be the case. See, I was going to say, I didn't think there was ever a situation where that was the case. Cassia is a grand strategist. She cannot have seize the initiative and combat tactics, the grand strategy default talent. Aw. I don't know. I don't know if that's totally accurate. Yeah. I don't know. This is weird. Whole thing's weird, chat. Whole thing's weird. So chat is saying that's not wrong. She can have both. So
I have learned much
she
in
should
my
get
exile.
She should get her 2
Is there money to be made?
her 2 AP move and then her full AP move, basically. Are we starting over? No. Not at all. It's fine. I could always respec if I wanted to, but it's okay. Going just fine right now. We are the Gooch. E. Yep. The Gucci, if you will. The Gucci? Yep.
Watch your steps. Kemorak. State your intention. Your technology is limited, but I am grateful.
Always keep your eye on the prize.
None are better at searching. I sense something nearby. A trivial task. My success was inevitable.
Your kind has no right to exist.
I'll turn you into corpse starch.
Oh, we are going in.
Well, that was a waste of a medikit.
Wait, who just got hit? Oh, Ko. Rude.
Face the navigator's might. Isn't this a job for the serfs?
You will pay for this in
I
blood.
am a navigator.
I will not submit.
Yeah? Really? Seems like you did pretty well right there. Huh?
I'm not accustomed to being ordered around.
Okay.
Doubt is for the weak. I'll do it. None can
Your
escape
side,
the
remember?
Emperor's
I may be down, but I'm not out.
Their fragility
What?
has been exposed.
What percent did I have for Ko? Oh my god. I don't even what?
I am
Oh, God.
his will made manifest. Faith without deeds is worthless. For you, my
Oh, he's dead now, I guess.
guided by faith.
Wait, what? Oh god, what is this?
I'll do it.
Okay.
I move swiftly to strike. If it serves your cause. This tedium is beneath me. If it serves your cause.